now you have all your rooms placed. You might want to look at doing something like adjusting your heights of the rooms. So how you go about doing that is you select a room and then you'll see all these little arrows and things pop up. First, the one to adjust the height of the foundations or create the foundations is in the middle, and it has two arrows either end. So you want to lift it up to the height in which you want the house to be, and it will add in a foundation. And we'll do that for everything that's connected. So as you can see over here, we have another room out here. This is a little garden shed that didn't move up with the height. But if we don't want it to, we could then put it up to the same height, or put it up higher or lower. So I'm going to keep the shed on the ground floor, and everything else attached can be risen up a little bit. Now I'm not sure if that's the height I want. Yeah, I think it is. Now I'm choosing the foundation. Look, as we've done that, it has gone and selected the foundations for us. I haven't had to actually select that. So we can then add in whatever foundation look we would like. Now I do have some cheats on here, so I do have a couple of extra. I might just, no, it's fine. So these ones here and these ones here wouldn't normally show, but the rest will. So I'm just going to pick a standard brick, and I'm just going to go around. Now, with placing foundations, basically you place it per room. So if you've built your house and your room is, even you've put in your rooms, like unless it's one big room itself, you have to go around and individually click each room to add it onto. Now, if you want to say this foundation here and here, and you want it to come across the front, but you don't want it to go around the side, holding down the shift key will add it to one side. So there we go, we haven't added it to this side here. So we've added it to the sides, but not onto the front. So the shift key when placing foundations will change whether you could add it to a single piece or all of the entire room. So you can then change up your foundation, say put this one by holding shift key on the front, although you do get a funny, I'm trying to show you this funny little space here where it doesn't wrap around, so even if it looks like it should. So if you were using the new stilted foundation, that applies to each room as well. So you want to click on each room. Now if I was to use this and I have an internal room, I don't have one on this build, but say there was a room in the middle of the house that didn't connect to any walls on the outside, I would have to then go and click, hang on, let's put this up higher. Let's grab this, moving the foundations up high. So we're going to move them up high. We're going to create a room in the middle here. So I'm just going to go back and we'll just pop it back onto this normal foundation for a moment. And I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to go build mode, and I'm going to make, so I press B to get my build thing up. So now this is a separate room. So if I grab by pressing H on the keyboard, I get back to my hand, click on this room, and that is now an individual room. And see how that's right in the center. There's no external wall on it. So we're in our foundation mode. So to get to that foundation mode, you can just click over here. It says foundations as you hover over it. So we've got different selections of foundations. So we want these stilted foundations. So if you look at this, okay, it helps. Try not to click down here. Try and click the room itself. So if I click the wall or the flooring, even that works. So this one, because of the windows, wants me to. It's easier if I click on the internal wall there. Again here. So if I went around and did each of these rooms, we'll have a look underneath in a minute and we'll see what. Oops. We'll see what's happened. Alright, see we've got a block in the middle. And we don't want that block in the middle. We want that to be up on our foundation. So if you see here, I try and click down here, it's not going to work. Alright, you're going to be frustrated. move it up so you can see the room. If I click the room itself, so the wall in the room, with the foundation tool, bam! I now have foundation all through, or stilts all through. So that's a little trick for you next time you're placing foundations, is to click on the wall of the room and not on the actual foundation side itself. And same thing again, I could do, so we'll just pop some of these back to wall. If I wanted to say do, now I'm not sure, okay, so this doesn't work, so shift key does not work for this type of foundation. That's the only difference. So with this, I can't put the foundation by holding down the shift key with the stilted foundation. But if I was to say use one of these other ones, I would be able to hold the shift key down and just do a single wall, I think. It's not going to do it for me now, is it? Oh, it's going to play out. Oh, here we go. So you need to have a solid one before you can actually do the shift key. And we'll do that. But if it's a stilt, it won't do it. It will play out. You can make little areas like this, then. You can't put anything under it because it's still foundation, but you can make little areas like that by using it. So that's something to play with. Anyway, you can do a lot of fun things. You can have half the hat build with columns. Looks like it's half been built in this house now. Well, it is. That's what we're doing. But there you go. So that's a little trick with foundations and just messing around with the heights. Like I said, different heights on different buildings, as long as they are not connected, they will not change the same height. If they are connected, the height will change for all of them. And then placing the foundations, the shift key if you just wanted to one wall of the foundation of that room with the foundation, sorry. And then the trick is with this stilted foundation to click on the walls in the room and not the foundation pieces. Get it to work a little bit easier. So I hope that has helped today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.